Okay, let's take a look at my copy. Now, this is a copy I wasn't going to show until my next comic book haul, but since this video is coming out before that haul, I'm forced to show it. As you can see, it's not a high-grade book at all. Could probably use a press to clean some of this out. But this staple right here is popped, so I'm going to be a little extra careful with it. But other than that, the book is in pretty good shape. Like I said, it could use a press to get some of these things out and so forth. But this video is not about the condition of the book. It's about drawn and quartered. So here we have Wally Wood cover, right? A little piece out over here, no big deal. I believe it's the first story, so we're just going to be a little careful. There we go. Drawn and quartered. As you can see, the main character started on the island of Haiti, and he just finished his self-portrait, blah, blah, blah. He's lamenting on how everyone says his art is worthless. It's a little tricky. Fenton Breedley, they even kept the same names in the movie adaptation. Meets a guy at the bar, Max Moore. And this is the guy that tells him, hey, your paintings have been selling for good money. And he's like, what? What do you mean? These guys told me that my paintings weren't good. My art wasn't good. I sold them all, every picture. Something tells me you've been taken for a ride, Max. And he's like, I'll swear I'll get revenge. And he goes, go away, white man. And he's come to buy voodoo. And he goes through the ritual. The ritual is pretty much just putting the hand that he writes with in the pot, as you'll see in the movie adaptation after this. And he gets voodoo. You are artist. You can draw. You don't need doll. Now go. He's drawing, and then he notices once he draws this picture of the pot right there. He's pissed off with it. He rips it up, and guess what happens? The pot breaks. He realizes then that he can, draw something and do damage to it. Just like in the movie, he draws a piece of bread, and all of a sudden the rat comes, erases a piece of the bread off, and the rat comes and eats a part of the bread, piece of the bread. Sorry for getting a little bit of a, yeah, there you go, that's better. He notices, uh-oh, my portrait. I finished it tonight. So he finished his portrait after he got voodoo. You see in the beginning of the story, he started his portrait and he put the finishing touches to it after getting voodoo. So, uh-oh, you better make sure nothing happens to that portrait. Well, he goes back and puts the art in a safe, the portrait in the safe, so nothing can happen to it. Well, he goes, pays a visit. I believe, does he pay a visit to them? No, he doesn't. He just immediately starts drawing the people that cheated him. In the movie adaptation, he visits them and tells them that he'll have revenge. And he does something to each, a little different in the adaptation, but he does some bad things to the things he draws, and it happens to the people in real life. Well, now you'll never see another picture again. There, that will fix you. Now maybe you'll spend more time with me. Now maybe you won't be such a ladies' man, huh? He erases this guy's hands. His hands are mangled in a machine. Then he realizes, uh-oh, something's happening to me. I feel like I need air. Well, that was because he put his portrait in the safe. So he can't leave it in the safe anymore. So he puts it out right in, where there are windows and a lot of daylight, all that stuff, a lot of air. So, yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, so the story's about to end. Now he wants to go see the last guy, the guy that really cheated him. He wants to meet him in person. So he's trying to convince him that, hey, you got to hand over the money that you cheated me out of. So blah, blah, blah. Uh-oh, the guy working on the billboard dropped his turpentine, and where did the turpentine fall? Naturally on his self-portrait. And as you can see here, uh-oh, he just fell as the train pulled in. You'll see something similar in the movie adaptation. It's a little different, but a lot of it is kept the same. So that is the awesome Jack Davis artwork for Drawn and Quartered. Like I said, this is the very last episode of the 1970s Amicus Tales from the Crypt and Volta horror series, ending it with Tom Baker's portrayal as the main character, Max Moore, in Drawn and Quartered. Stay tuned for it. Thank you all for sticking with me and watching this series. The series was very important to me. And it's not all about keys. It's about other things too, other reasons why we collect and what gets us into collecting. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.
Don't you remember me?
Bob. Bob Dixon! What are you doing here?
I had some business in Port-au-Prince. I heard your name mentioned at a bar. How's the work going?
Not bad, I think. Self-portrait. But like all my work, scorned, considered worthless.
What do you mean worthless? I saw one sold only a few weeks ago for £5,000. 5,000?
Sold by whom?
The Gaskell. In his gallery, he sold it on behalf of Lawrence Dilton.
But why such a price?
Your pictures. They've been highly praised by no less an art critic than Fenton Breedley.
Fenton Breedley? Fenton?
What do you wish?
To buy voodoo. Why? To get revenge on those who wronged me.
Put the hand you paint with into pot.
Now what? Will I get a little doll to stick pins in soon?
You are an artist. You don't need doll. Now, go.
This'll get me to London, and then you'll get it all back, and lots more. Thanks. You cheated me.
You cheated yourself. If you had any faith in your work, you wouldn't have listened to what Fenton said about your paintings or what Arthur said about their saleability. You wouldn't have sold them to me at the price you did.
You were all in it together.
That's the way of the world. You buy cheap, you sell dear.
And pay a critic to tell lies so you can do it. No. You cheated me, all three of you. And I'm going to have revenge. Fenton Breedley, art critic, you saw my pictures and you lied about them to the public. Now, Mr. Art Critic, you will never see another picture again.
I tell you, she doesn't mean a thing to me.
How long have you been seeing her?
Look, darling, it doesn't mean I don't love you. You're my wife, but we're living in the 20th century now.
You'll never see another woman again.
Arthur Gaskell, art dealer. You lied to me. You told me that my pictures were worthless and that you couldn't handle them. You won't handle anything again.
No, that's not the way. You're doing it all wrong. Look. I don't know why we employ you. Now watch.
like that. See? Just use your intelligence. I'll show you once more. See? No! No! No!
Now, Mr. Dilton, you can wait until tomorrow.
Mr. Moore is here to see you. He doesn't have an appointment.
Tell him to come in. Then you can go.
Read about them then. Now it's your turn. You have 2 minutes to live.
Don't move.
Just want to show you something. It's only a pen. A red felt pen.
that's your story. Well, we all have our cross to bear, haven't we?
But it seems so real. Almost as if it happened.
Happened.
Or could.
You think that our fears could be a sort of warning? What is all this? I'm on my way to a new job. I don't know why I stopped here. I do. Now you may go. Well, but how can we? Where are we? In a place where people go who have died without repentance. You see, I wasn't warning you, but telling you why you are here for all eternity. And now, who's next?